On Friday, a federal judge criticized a Justice Department attorney, questioning the legality of the Trump administration's application of the Alien Enemies Act. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg has been in a week-long dispute with the Trump administration over whether recent deportation flights defied his orders to return airborne planes. President Donald Trump has frequently criticized the judge, even suggesting his impeachment. The government is not being very cooperative at this point, but I will uncover whether they violated my order, who gave the orders, and what the consequences will be, Boasberg stated on Friday. The Justice Department has resisted Boasberg's request for more information about the flights, citing national security concerns and accusing him of overstepping executive authority. Entering the 75-minute hearing on Friday, Boasberg expressed frustration, telling Deputy Assistant Attorney General Drew Ensign that recent filings contained intemperate, disrespectful language unprecedented in his experience with the federal government. Boasberg, appointed by former President Barack Obama, repeatedly questioned Ensign about whether the administration had kept him uninformed about the flights. "We had a conversation on Saturday where I treated all parties respectfully and politely, making it clear without raising my voice or having any edge what you had to do. Did you not understand my statement in that hearing?" Boasberg asked. Ensign insisted he was unaware of the flights during last weekend's hearing and that the administration had not violated the judge's order. The hearing focused on the legal issues surrounding Trump's proclamation to expel Venezuelans from the country and transport them to a prison in El Salvador. Boasberg expressed concern over how quickly the administration deported migrants after Trump invoked the rarely used wartime statute. This action allowed for the removal of any Venezuelan over 14, whom the government claims is a member of the Tren de Aragua gang. The law has been used sparingly in history, most notably during World War II for the internment of Japanese Americans. Why was this proclamation essentially signed in secret on Friday night or early Saturday morning, and then these people rushed onto planes? It seems to me the only reason to do that is you know it's a problem and you want to get them out of the country before a suit is filed, Boasberg told the government. Lee Gellert, an attorney for the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, highlighted several issues with using the Alien Enemies Act, including creating a pathway for deporting people with little review based solely on alleged gang affiliation. Gellert argued that hearings should be held, noting that many countries have gangs associated with their nationality, which could allow the government to use such affiliations to deport individuals. "Anyone could just be removed off the streets," he said, adding later, "This is a very dangerous road we're going down." He also pointed out the lack of case law on incursion and invasion, terms Trump used to describe Venezuelans entering the U.S. and part of his justification for invoking the Alien Enemies Act. "You're so far afield from what Congress intended," Gellert remarked. In court filings, the ACLU noted that in many cases, tattoos were used by the government to assert those removed from the country were members of Tren de Aragua. In one instance, a Venezuelan deported from the country was a former soccer player with a tattoo honoring Real Madrid soccer team. Gellert also noted that existing immigration laws could be used by the Trump administration to deport anyone deemed unlawfully in the country or posing a danger to U.S. citizens. Later in the hearing, Ensign stated that the government was not prepared to hold individual hearings for those potentially removed under the act to prove gang affiliation. Boasberg frequently seemed to agree with Gellert, describing the use of the Alien Enemies Act as problematic. "I agree that all the ramifications with this are incredibly troublesome, problematic and concerning," he said, calling it an unprecedented and expanded view of the Alien Enemies Act. "I agree this is a long way from the heartland of the act,"